say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know, it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
Wink and her necklace says best friends forever.
You sure you want it to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday, and thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast. First, before we get started, I just want to say a big thank you to Wilbur's Total Beverage, such an amazing show sponsor. They're located in Fort Collins off of College Avenue, and they are always doing really fun events. If you're into different tastings and you like to try new things, then you definitely need to check out their calendar because they offer that pretty regularly, whether it's wine or whether it's a whiskey or I'm into kind of all different kinds of things. It really just depends on the day. So if you want to experience new things, Wilbur's Total Beverage is your place to go. It's clean. It's organized. I'm OCD, so this all means something big to me. And it's family owned and operated, locally owned and operated. So a big thank you to them before we get started. And I hope everybody had a really great Labor Day weekend. I'm so excited because we are now in fall.
No, we're not.
We are officially.
No, we're not.
We are officially in fall.
What is your definition of officially?
It officially means I'm going to get our Halloween shit out tomorrow and I'm going to start decorating our house.
It's officially summer.
When does fall officially start?
When is the autumnal equinox?
I don't care about that. It's September.
That's fall. That's when fall starts. That's the season of fall.
The autumnal equinox? What is it?
Autumnal?
I think you're making stuff up. While you look that up, I want to tell you, speaking of Halloween and spooky season.
Autumn equinox, Monday, September 22nd. Yes.
Something kind of spooky happened. I didn't want to freak Murphy out, but she kind of freaked me out. So we just got back from a trip. We literally just got home from the airport. And I said, you got to get in the shower. That's the rule. When you're on an airplane, you got to take a shower. It doesn't even matter if you took a shower this morning. You've been on an airplane. So I start the bath and I'm like, all right, jump in. And she says, Mom, she freaks out. She runs out of the bathroom. I'm like, what? She's like, the water just turned on the sink by itself.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? And she is white, like scared, genuinely scared.
Sure.
This isn't, kids at the age of 8, they don't really know how to prank. They give it away usually. And she was dead scared. And I walked in the bathroom and there was a sink on. Oh. Did you turn it on?
I was downstairs.
Okay. How freaked out should I be? Because I don't want it to be a thing with her. I was like, oh, no.
How on was it?
It was on. It was one side and it was on. And I mean, she was scared shitless, which then kind of scared me a little bit.
I don't know how plumbing works, but we turned on the bath full bore. We've been gone for a couple of days. Maybe there was some pressure buildup and it turned on. That's going to be my excuse.
That makes no sense. You don't know how plumbing works. The knobs don't turn themselves. Yeah. Something that I'm going to touch on a little bit maybe tomorrow, I think, on the show. We're going to be talking about that documentary because I've had multiple people reach out to me about it. The documentary about the mother who catfished her daughter. They made a Netflix documentary about it. And
the people in my high school I've grown up with since kindergarten, basically. I first met Owen in 7th grade.
They were just like a high school couple in a movie.
We were like best friends.
But the more friends you have, the easier it is to be betrayed by them. Something dangerous could happen.
A high school girl in Michigan was cyberbullied for more than a year.
And who turned out to be the suspect shocked everyone.
It was so bad to the point where I didn't want to even go to school anymore.
It was relentless. 1 a.m, 3 a.m.
I would question how I thought about myself.
There's some sick messages.
They were enough to make a 53-year-old man blush.
It's crazy how having a phone can become the worst thing that happened to me.
Things are about to get so much worse.
I guess it is absolutely off the wall. You and I kind of talked about it before, but we're going to do a deep dive into it.
You know what I kind of want to do a deep dive into, and this is for later?
What?
Because you brought me into this world.
Huh.
And I'm only halfway there and I don't know what happens.
Okay.
Well, I know what happens.
Oh, yeah.
The Amanda Knox stuff.
Yeah.
From like 10, 12 years ago. Now there's a new show coming out. She's doing some press and it's been kind of interesting. And I'm like, she was telling the story and all the ins and outs, something we were listening to, and then we couldn't listen to anymore. I'm halfway done. And I'm like, what happened? I want to know.
This is how pure you are.
What?
I like to, when I'm watching a movie, I like to Wikipedia how the movie ends, just so I'm not too shocked.
Sure.
Ryan goes into this Amanda Knox interview that we were listening to.
Not knowing anything.
Not knowing anything. And he's like, do you know much about this? I said, yeah, I remember when it was happening. I remember it. And he said, well, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know. So this interview we're listening to, she's really setting up kind of the night and the experience and the trip.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't quite gotten into fully what happened.
Yeah.
And then we had to get out of the car and get on our plane. And you still don't know what happened with this whole Amanda Knox thing. Now,
no.
I don't want to give anything away to you, but I will say, if people don't remember, geez, how many years ago was Amanda Knox? It was over a decade ago.
Yeah.
This girl, she was living overseas, 5 weeks into living overseas.
Italy.
She was living in Italy. Her roommate was murdered and they thought it was her. I mean,
the Italian police, I got into it, was interrogating her, thinking it was her. She was in the press because it was a little femme fatale kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she went to where I got is she's being interrogated. That's where I got to.
That's
so
right.
I don't know much else.
There's so much more. We'll do a deep dive into that too. And Ryan will be learning just as much as anyone else who hasn't seen it.
Yeah. So no, at some point I want to kind of talk about that too. But yeah, so we went on that was to the airport, and then I left my AirPods in the car for the whole trip, and that's like cutting off my right arm for a trip, for airplane, for being gone for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Another airplane or trip. Oh, that's rough. Leaving things in the car, man. Oh, we were rushing to get there. We were the last ones on the plane. And so that was hard. But no, I enjoyed Labor Day weekend. What about you?
No, I think it was good. We were able to get out and go back to Iowa and see Ryan's family. And it was nice. It was nice to go back to the heartland. I have to say that there are so many restaurants and places that I'm learning to love that I look forward to going to.
Oh, when we go?
When we are there.
Yeah, when we got off the plane, your favorite, a taco joint, before we even got to a house, when we left the airport, we had to make a stop at the taco joint, Tasty Tacos.
I have to say also, every time I take a flight, I have such a fear that I'm going to like pee in my pants or something.
That's a concern.
Listen, I'm not like a normal flyer. We took a Vegas trip forever ago and we were stuck on the, what is it? The takeoff.
I'm going to let you get there on this one.
Oh my God. We were stuck on the
what?
Not roadway, the whatever. We were stuck waiting to take off.
The runway?
The runway. And they said, we got the seatbelt light on and we're not taking off yet, but any minute. Well, that turned into 30 minutes and that turned into 45 minutes. And my having to pee went from a level 1 to like a level 27 where it hit me. And I thought, I'm going to piss myself. And I told the flight attendant, I said, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be a bother, but I really got to go to the bathroom. She said, no, you can't. The light's on. I said, I know the light's on, but I'm going to pee my pants. And I think I was going to get arrested. She finally relented and she let me go to the bathroom. She was pissed. Now, every time I fly, I have that anxiety of like, if you tell me I can't go to the bathroom, I have to go to the bathroom.
How to navigate this with you. Anytime we're anywhere, planes, anything, you're almost like a toddler that I have to tell. Hey, you got to go to the bathroom. Before we do this, you got to go to the bathroom. You're like, oh yeah, I got to go to the bathroom. Every single time we're on a plane, in a car, anything. So we've learned to navigate this just a little bit with you.
That, and also I take a big fat clonazepam and it takes that edge off. And the thing is, this is what's so jacked up about it. If I don't think about it, and I don't worry about it, then it doesn't happen. It's just when I sit there and I stew in it and I'm like, I can't get up. I can't get up now. For the next 30 minutes, until we hit cruising altitude, I have to sit here And I have to just kind of deal with it. I wonder if I'm the only person that has this. And what is it called? Is it called like restroom anxiety or something like that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about during the flight. Also, we get to our destination and I start feeling sick. And here we go. I start getting sick and I was sick the whole time we were there.
I mean, you had a cough.
Well, a cough. I didn't sleep very good. It was.
Yeah, you weren't 100%.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you had the flu.
Enough with this wasteful small talk.
Okay.
I want to talk about, speaking of catfishing, again, we're going to touch on the mom that was catfishing her daughter. But I was watching this story. This has been circulating a lot. I was never really big into soap operas except for Days of Our Lives when I was in high school. Oh my God, so good. There's a soap opera. It's called General Hospital. There's an actor on General Hospital. His name is Steve Burton. And it's kind of one of those things where if you see a picture of him, you might know who he is. Anyway, this is scary to me and this is shocking to me. But authorities are investigating a scam after a woman was swindled out of $80,000 because she thought she was dating the General Hospital star. And you may think, okay, well, this is kind of a tale as old as time where people get scammed out of things, whether it's through a phone call, maybe it's an email situation. No, there was an AI generated video.
Haven't we already done this with Jennifer Aniston like 2 months ago?
Did we really?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is becoming a thing.
Didn't literally someone think that they were, was it Brad Pitt or Jennifer Aniston?
No, I think it was Jennifer Aniston. You're
yeah,
right.
Like 2 months ago, they were like, oh no, she needs money in the hospital and I need to send it to her. Like the exact
and
same
the
thing
dude
happened.
sent it like Jennifer Aniston needs money.
Like this was exactly what happened like 2 months ago.
Well, so this actor, Steve Burton, I'm going to play the video, the AI generated video, the audio of it for you right now, because what makes me sad as I'm watching this, it looks real. It sounds real. And I feel like I would totally get fooled. Listen to this clip because this isn't real.
Authorities are investigating a shocking scam using the AI-generated likeness of General Hospital star Steve Burton.
Hello, Abigail. I love you so much, darling. I had to make this video to make you happy, my love.
Vivian Ruvalcava says her mother, Abigail, believed she was in a relationship with the actor after receiving fake videos like this.
I hope this puts a smile on your heart.
Which looked and sounded like the real Steve Burton.
Something big is going on here.
According to a police report, her mother sent the scammer posing as Burton more than $81,000 in prepaid gift cards, cash, and Bitcoin after he told her he lost property in the LA fires.
Know that nothing will ever make me hurt you or lie to you, my queen.
Vivian, outraged.
I'm sickened by it because it went this far. Why didn't I know this? Why didn't I see what was happening? What did I miss?
She says her mom has bipolar disorder, was in a manic phase, and fell hard for the fake Steve Burton.
In her head, there was no scammer. She was talking to Steve Burton the entire time.
Eventually, the family told police she even sold her condo for $350,000 until her daughter learned of the scam just in time.
Had I not intervened when I did, she was scheduled to send the scammer $70,000 out of that money that was sitting there. She's ashamed. And to put that stress on me, on herself, on my dad, the entire family, I know it weighs heavy on me.
Okay, so the mother of the woman who sent him the $81,000, she sent it in prepaid gift cards and Bitcoin. I wouldn't even know how to send Bitcoin. If they were like, send me Bit, I'd be like, I don't fucking know how to do that. But the daughter came out and said, this has really affected the mother. It's affected the entire family. $80,000 is a lot of money. And also the actor came out and he wanted to release this statement and come out and say this. Listen to this.
First of all, I don't need your money. I would never ask for money. I see people come to my appearances and look at me like they've had a relationship online for a couple years. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know who you are. And you just see, it's so sad. You see the devastation.
I like to think that no matter how good AI gets, I'm pretty gullible, but I like to think that no matter how good AI gets, I like to think that I would be like, I don't think Jennifer Aniston needs my money. I don't think this is real, but this is the route that we are heading into. And I don't know, you hear about older people getting scammed all the time.
Yeah.
And now it's just becoming more and more real.
We got a text messages and you're like, should I answer this? And like making fun of it. I'm like, they send them because all you need is one.
You just need one person to write back and say, oh, okay. Yeah, I'd love to do
From
that.
wells-fargo-credit.gov.1276. Like, no. You don't need $337.
This is why I need you in my life, because at least once a week I'll go to Ryan and be like, is this real? Is this real? Did somebody really break into my Venmo and they're trying to make transact? And he goes, no, look at the spelling. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not real. But I could see how you would fall for something like that. Catfishing is as old as time. But like I said, we're going into kind of a new realm here with the AI stuff. It looks so real.
Hey, the other stuff that was kind of making its rounds on social media this week was the U.S. Open stuff.
That guy.
So there's a tennis player.
Mm-hmm.
And he was signing things at the end of a match. You know, everyone's got balls or pens out for posters and whatnot. And there's this little kid, I want to call him like 10, 12. And there's an adult next to him, but you can definitely see that they're not together. And the tennis player takes his hat off and is handing it in this line to this kid. And this adult just reaches over and grabs it and pulls it in. Like you can see it. And the kid's like, what the? Oh, and he's like trying to talk to the adult, but the adult won't have it. And he takes it and throws it in like his wife or fiance's, whatever, girlfriend, her bag.
Yeah.
And just keeps moving on.
And I think that by now people have probably seen, and if you haven't seen the footage of it, it's really sad. I'll post it on the social media pages.
Tennis player was great. He found the kid, gave him a bunch of swag, did all this stuff. And then turns out the dude is some CEO of like a landscaping business in Poland or something like that. Something very odd. He is just, people found out who it is. And they are just bashing him. And it is sweet, sweet justice.
It is, but he has come out and he has made a statement. Have you heard this?
I read two. There's one circulating that is completely made up.
Well, the made up one I read first and I was like, what? And it was like, you know, in this world, if you're not quick, then you lose.
It was basically a Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. And I read that and thought, this cannot be real. There is no way. And then the guy came out with actually a real statement. And he actually came out with it yesterday. He said, I would like to unequivocally apologize to the injured boy. I didn't know the boy was injured. What's wrong with the kid?
I don't know.
His family, as well as all the fans and the player himself. I made a huge mistake, he wrote in a post that was translated to English. Emotionally in the crowd cheering after the victory, I was convinced that the tennis player was actually passing his hat in my direction for my sons who had asked for an autograph earlier. I know I did something that seems like consciously collecting a memento from a child. This wasn't my intention. It doesn't change the fact that I hurt the boy and disappointed the fans. Blah, blah, blah. The hat was given to the boy and apologies to the family. I hope I've at least partially repaired the damage that was done. So that's good.
It was like vitriol. People were like, let's find him. Let's beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that now people can go on the internet and be like, find this person. And it's like,
you can be found.
It's like online vigilante justice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that was out this week. Here's a little clip of that story too.
A business chief who snatched a cap from a young boy at the US Open has apologized for his huge mistake after being caught on camera taking it despite the boy's protests. Polish businessman Piotr Szczerek admitted taking the cap from the tennis star Kamil Makashuk, said the single moment of indifference could destroy his years of work in helping young athletes. But he said he was convinced the tennis star was giving him the cap because his sons had asked for autographs earlier. The footage of the moment has made global headlines and sparked strong criticism of Szczerek for reaching out quickly to take the cap from Makashuk, who appeared to be holding it out to the boy. With coverage of the moment spreading fast online, Makashuk turned to social media to try to make contact with the boy and his family. Hours later, Makashuk met the boy at the US Open, handed him a cap, and posted the meeting on Instagram. Szczerek is the chief executive of a Polish paving company, Drogbróg. Szczerek issued an apology on Facebook on Monday, but made sure to turn comments off so he did not incur more of the outrage.
What else did we miss while we were gone? I know we were only in Iowa, but I feel like that's like unplugging. What did we miss?
Well, we're on vacation. It wasn't like, they don't have the internet.
I know.
One of our favorite restaurants close to us is closing.
I know. I hate it when that happens.
Locally owned restaurant. They make phenomenal chicken, phenomenal donuts. And it made me think, you said it, because it's also one of Murphy's favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, Murphy is really going through it right now.
She's getting slapped around her childhood.
Because in a period of like 3 months, one of her favorite places to go play closed. One of her favorite places to get trinkets and things closed.
Yeah.
One of her favorite restaurants closed.
Is now closing.
Her best friend moved halfway across the country. And forget that, nothing we can do about the best friend moving across the country.
Well, there's nothing we could do about any of it.
Nothing we can do about any of it. But what I'm saying is it made me start thinking, is this just a where we live kind of thing? Because rent is getting out of frickin' hand?
I don't know.
Because the places that are closing are staying open other places.
I don't really understand how business works, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm like, well, this is why.
Yeah.
But months ago, the owner of this specific restaurant posted on social media and said, why do I see so many people going to fast food restaurants when there's a locally owned business here? And that would be incredibly frustrating.
Yep, absolutely. Especially when the food's very good.
The food is amazing, but I will tell you, it's so hard to beat the convenience and the price. When people are, having to pay incredible rent right now and everything is just so insanely expensive. We've talked about it before on the podcast. But when you have a restaurant that's more expensive, it's hard. People have to kind of regulate what they're going to spend their money on.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to justify sometimes. It makes me sad because it is a great restaurant. And I think it's a bummer. And they're probably going to put some, chain place in there.
Or like another credit union.
How many banks do we really need?
Every time something opens around us, we're like, oh, maybe this would be a nice restaurant or something. Oh, it's just another credit union. But no, that happened. And that made me bummed over the weekend.
Yeah.
Seeing that come through. And I'm like, damn it, that's the place I like to go on the weekends. It made me think, like I said, everything's getting really expensive. We were back in Iowa. I'm back there once, 2-3 times a year. So I'm not back there all the time. And we're going and getting stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
What is this now?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
So it's all the way, it's all across the country.
Yeah. And things are definitely closing, but I don't know, man, things are getting beat up. It feels like, what it feels like a little bit right now? You know how they talk about how if you just put a frog in a pot of water
and you slowly turn the heat up,
it'll just sit there and die. It'll just boil to death. Feels like we're just kind of on this, the inflation. Feels like the temperatures just keep going up and we just keep sitting in it and nothing's happening.
I keep waiting for it to turn a little bit where it's
never going to turn south.
You don't think it's going to go down at all?
No.
It's either going to keep going up or level out where it's at.
Yes.
It will I was hoping
down.
we'd do a flipperoo.
No.
Really?
We're not going down.
Oh, shit.
The prices don't go down on anything.
Well, I will say that, and I don't want this is probably going to make me sound old. What's new? Every episode I say something that sounds incredibly ancient, but I remember when you'd go to the store with $100 and you would get a cart full of stuff at Walmart. It's weird when you go through like Taco Bell and you order stuff and they're like $36 and you think, what?
Well, there's a soup and sandwich spot that's a national spot. You, me, and Murphy went. Nothing crazy. Actually, 2 of us got waters.
We got water.
$50.
Yeah.
For just we're not getting served. We're not putting tips down. So these places closing, and this, I just, not to be a Debbie Downer on it, but I was just like thinking throughout the weekend of going here, there, and everywhere. Just like, man, this is getting, I feel like we're boiling here a little bit and this is getting hot. And is there going to be a tipping point on this shit?
I don't know. Everything is so expensive.
Like I saw a chart on housing right now, basically they do this indexing of average level of homes versus average level of income. And then they plot it year by year and what's affordable and what's not. We've hit this point where it's like the highest in history of how homes are unaffordable versus your income level. And you remember like we lived through 2000, we lived through 2008 and things just, you got hit in the face with them. Like we were hitting boiling points and then something just dropped and this is like a giant recession. I feel feel like that's kind of around.
You think that's coming up?
I feel like people can't afford anything anymore.
I know. It's a bummer. And we're heading into the season where people are starting to have to think about Christmas is coming up. You got to plan early. It's really troubling to me.
Yeah. I'm sorry, not to go on this whole big tangent, but just thinking about these businesses closing and are people going? Is it rent too expensive? What's happening? Why? And I'm like, well, you're right. People can't afford shit anymore. So they're stopping to spend their discretionary money at these places with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that we live in a really interesting time where I don't know if it's you. That makes me sad that you say it's not going to get better. I keep thinking, it'll get better.
No, we're not.
We're going to turn a corner and it'll kind of get a little bit easier.
The only way that will happen, in my opinion, is if we hit a giant friggin' recession. Like giant. Like when prices just went, like home prices in 08, 09. 2010 plummeted, and then some other prices ended up. But now, I mean, you're never gonna get a 12-pack of pop for $3 again.
Well, okay, but what about like gas? Gas will go up in price and then it'll go down again.
Right, gas is a commodity that will fluctuate a little bit. But again, to that point, we grew up when gas didn't crack $1. Remember, it was like 98 cents when we started driving.
It's true.
You know,
I think you're right about the pot of water that's boiling, where we don't realize how much it is until you look back and you go, oh my God.
You look back, but like, I'm just saying there's unrest with this. And you look at places closing and the unaffordability of homes, like, this feels weird. This feels weird. This feels like 07, 08.
Like something's going to break.
Something's going to break.
Jeez, what a big downer for Tuesday.
Sorry, I just started thinking about it because all of our favorite places are closing.
Yeah, it's true. But
right?
More banks are popping up.
Yeah. And I just, went through our insurance and I'm like, it's just like, how is this affordable? Sorry.
It's not. Yeah. Wow. That's it. We've blown through our time talking about scams and getting scammed out of money and paying way too much for things. What a downer of a show for a Tuesday. So sorry, everybody. But like I said, tomorrow we're going to be back. And I really want to discuss this whole catfishing phenomenon and this crazy documentary that's on Netflix. What is it called? Hang on. It's called Unknown Number, the high school catfish. We discussed it a little bit and then we didn't even realize they made a documentary about it. So we're going to watch that and we're going to touch on that a little bit more. You can always reach out with your opinions on our social media pages. All you have to do is look up Still Awkward with Sadie across all of them and let us know what you think. And before we say goodbye, just want to thank the sponsors one more time. We've got Wilbur's Total Beverage, Garage Door Service and Sales, and Christiana Salon Spa. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, and I promise it will be a little bit more uplifting. Less catfishing. Well, no, more. Never mind. It might not be much more uplifting.